I take the G-Pad, watching do it. We survived outside. They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a gone. Ain't you a man, baby? I don't understand, baby.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Every day come cool and shady. I'm airing you cause I'm an anxious state. Don't worry daily. But if I link my keys, it goes away. I'm hanging in.
Go!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made here at the 36. The Titans had a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Second and 12.
Ward. Short throw taken in by a Conquo. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. They did tell us they wanted to establish a ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, set, black shot.
In motion goes the tight end.
Claude red. White. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just get rid of it.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Let's go. Flash, 95.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And knocking that one free on the defensive side, Kaiir Elam. You talk about this Titan defense.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
28 yards. And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we are tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as they'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 6.
Get it.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Third down and 7.
These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Crackle 80. 19 tight. 19 tight. Dragon 60.
Throwing now, Ward. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Leads to second and goal. At the
79 Broncos. Let's go.
Throwing is Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
18, Pioneer.
Now Ward. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chigga, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 yards to go, second down.
Chandler, let's go now. Ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Down at the 15-yard line. A 2-yard
Mustang
pickup
19.
makes it 3rd and
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates. 7 Buffalo 18. Let's go.
Here's Ward.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Okay, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. He's got right on the short throw. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Set, hut. Ready.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw.
Will try and do this himself. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Ultra. Go ultra. Ready.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. Ready.
They're going to look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions.
10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score.
point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up. But they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
70 Timberwolves, 79 Broncos. Mustang 19.
To throw is Ward. Cockrell holds it in left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
18, Pioneer. 60 Mavericks.
To throw, here's Ward. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ready up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Moore able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Titans. Calvin Ridley, 48 yards. And the Titans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
18 Rattler. Rig alert, rig alert.
Out of the gun, Ward. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
The 11-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Pass 80, 19 Lions.
Working out of the gun here, Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this will take it in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Okay, break.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Trap 50, trap 50. Check, 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 check.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already.
Here we go. Ready, ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
10 black, 10.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the second quarter as they take the lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll throw now on the final play. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it.
Titans 23.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they?
Touchdown, Detroit! Jameer digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Red, cycle. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
18 Cardinal, 60 average.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, Mustang 19. Dragon 60.
Operating from the gun. Moore will try and do this himself. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he let his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lions. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Ward to throw for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to pick up the Titans' 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found their way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ready?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Ready?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Trap 60, trap 60. 79 Broncos.
Ward. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's another Titans
Panther 60,
first down.
Panther 60.
First and 10 at the 30.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cup 19, Cup 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Buffalo 18.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18 Rattler, 8.
Now Ward on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Red, cycle.
They'll set up to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Watch it. Here we go. Back. Right. 95. Edo blue. Claude red.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
This to Laporta, right side.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
4th down to give to Gibbs. Through the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
23.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fox to kick off for the Lions.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Warriors 70. 7 Pirates.
Throwing now, Ward. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing is Ward.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Get it? Come, Panther 60, Panther 60.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Going for it. Here's Ward. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And the Titans first down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
60 Maverick, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 tight, 19 tight. 70 Rangers.
Now Ward. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ready, set.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60. Ready, ready.
Here's Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
19 Tiger, 19 Buffalo 18. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Here with Classic. 6. Black.
They'll drop to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Under pressure. pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Green jack. Black 40. Yellow, go. Blue striker. Black shot. Fury, yellow. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get to him again. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
33, yellow. Black ultra. White, white. Red, yellow. Grill, green.
Back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Winston. And the Titans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Brings up 2nd and 13 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
19 type.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
No, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down.
19 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Cup 19. Cup 19. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. He'll try to do it himself. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Black 40. Black blue. Ready, ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go up top again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead.
On the set.
Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Set, hut. Claws red. Yellow. 43. Hut.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw here. Going up top. And it's it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
95. Drill green. Set, cut.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Go street. Ready, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Ready, ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Trap 50, trap.
To throw is Ward. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. From 3 yards out. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go.
And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. They go down to 9.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on, set, red, yellow, red, stick, mega. Green jack, strike, hut, hut.
They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
Ready.
23-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
At the 16-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd.
Let's go now. Huge, yellow, black, shot. Ultra, ultra. Ready?
He'll drop to throw.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
from a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Black. Red. Cycle. Pause red. Ready?
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did, but they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate, because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just... I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams.